Yo, yo, yo. What's up, everybody? How's everyone doing? Oof. Time to cook, huh? Time to motherfucking cook. I'm not gonna lie, boys and girls, but probably mostly boys. I'm pretty tired today. Been working my ass off on some stuff, some of which you guys just got released the other day in the form of the indicator, which is pretty cool. Still very early on, but we're excited. We're excited for what's to come with this thing, building this thing out, marking your ranges for you, your points of interest, your order blocks, things of that nature. Lots in store here. But yeah, that's one of the many things I got on the go right now. I got a couple other things. Why is it saying my bitrate is too low? What is this bullshit? Then I click open widget and it says we're good now. I don't know what the fuck that means. Anyways, so I'm a little tired, so I'm sorry if the energy level is not as peak as it normally is, because sometimes I come into these fucking streams and I'm on motherfucking 11. But today's not one of those days. I'm a little sleepy, I'm a little tired. It's winter here in Canada, so the weather's shitty. It's fucking cold. It's dark. Like it's 6 o'clock, it's pitch dark. It gets dark at like 4:30. So I'm just a little bit low energy today, lads, but we're gonna push through. I had to get a stream out for the boys. There was no way I was not gonna get it out. I mean, the duster, first of all, Movember. Looking lush. The lip caterpillar. The upper lipper. The moustache. It's looking good. It's looking lush. It's looking full. The markets. A little bit of, indecisiveness up here. I don't really have the best read up here. I'll be honest with you. But we're going to take a look. We'll go over kind of some scenarios I'm watching. Obviously, if you're in the Telegram, you're in the Haven, I took a short up here. But I'm not convinced that this thing is just going to fucking nuke by any means. It's been very strong, right? And, when the trend is really strong on Bitcoin, you can have, where's a good example of it here? You can have these areas like this, where you're expecting a strong pullback and you just don't get it, right? It just continues to rip, right? So you're like, oh, this should pull back here. SFP's the high, and then it just goes and it leaves all the lows untagged. This is not as good of an example because it does take out some of the lows, right? But there's when the trend is strong, you can have these patterns, right, that people look for. Why'd it close my pen? Why would it do that to me? You can have these patterns where you're looking at this and you're saying, okay, like this, we've moved up. We should pull back here, right? We've got some, bearish divergences forming. We've got an SFP. We have all these lows here that have not been run, and it just continues, right? Oh, I want to see this correct, right? We ran the range highs. Maybe this is going to come down and trade into here and then go up, and then it just goes. So if we're in a extremely bullish environment, which we have been, right? We have been, and let's not forget, right? For all the stupid bears out there, right? We've been in an uptrend for a year straight. There have been periods of down, right? But the yearly candle is a big old green one. Okay? the high time frames are all looking like this still. Massive high time frame uptrend. So anyone who's been bearish really the entire like year has been wrong. And let's use our favorite buddy Capo, or as I like to say Capo, for an example, because his bearish thesis still isn't invalidated. They're not going to trap him. He's still shorting, and it's part of the reason why I'm worried about shorting at all and expecting a pullback is he came back on Twitter for the first time in forever and is being like, because there's been a slight, like he would have been better off coming back here. At least we had a pullback. He came back here and he's like, oh, I told you it's fucking over. Binance is the beginning of the end. And it kind of makes me think like we're just going to fucking leg up again. Why is the quality poor? Tell me, what am I doing wrong? Nothing is different than any of the other times I've streamed ever. But for now, the quality is poor. I don't know why. Does anyone know? Like, does it look shitty for you guys? Why? Why poor? Tell me. What the fuck's DVR mean? And if I get rid of it, will it make it better? I don't know why the connection. It says it's poor, guys. I don't know. I really don't know what to tell you. Anyway, so he's back. He's saying, I told you the beginning of the end. My bearish thesis isn't invalidated. Now, this is such a perfect example of why marrying your bias will get you fucking wrecked. Right? It'll get you fucking wrecked. For a variety of reasons. Now, number one, right? We're up 150% on the year. Number two, we've been going up for a year straight in an uptrend. Number three, altcoins. Some of them have gone bonkers over the last leg of this rally. So this was very much a Bitcoin dominated rally here, but we've seen altcoins now, Solana and so many of these other ones do multiple 100% to the upside, okay? So there's, even if we go and then, he comes on and he's like, I'm short fucking BNB from $320 on KuCoin. It's like, bro, like that's insane, because even if we go to zero from here, I will not admit that he was right. He will come in and gloat and be like, I fucking told you so, whatever. But if you are a trader and you're going to hold on to a bearish bias when the entire year has been in an uptrend, we've had multiple 100% gainers, you're not a trader. You're not. And maybe we go to zero from here and it goes down and, it goes to 12K, like he said, and then he buys. It's like, great. But do I think that's going to happen? I don't think so personally. Maybe it does. But it doesn't change the fact that he's basically held on to shorts, which he could have closed. Like, if you're bearish, fine. But why hold your shorts and give back this much unrealized P&L? Why not long and then short again higher if you're so confident that's going to go down? Instead, he's moved his invalidation from here to here. Now it's not invalidated here. Now, the reason I like to pick on him, one, is arrogance. He comes on and he goes, he writes this manifesto. Oh, woe is me. People are being mean to me. First of all, it's the internet. If you feel like you're getting bullied and you don't like it, turn your computer off. Go outside. Sign off. It's the internet, bro. It's not that serious. Okay? But like, people are mad at me and there's so much hate and vitriol and that's why we're going to go down. Dumb. The reason is because it's this insane cockiness, right? Of like, I'm right and everyone's wrong. They're going to fucking see, when it's like, bro, you would have so much more respect if you just admitted you were wrong. Maybe. And maybe we do go down, but just say, you know what? I was wrong. I thought we were going to crash, but we had this big rally. So I'm going to look to short higher, right? Way more respect. Second of all, people seem to forget, because the collective attention span on Twitter is fucking 5 minutes, that this guy was calling for 300K Bitcoin up here. And he was calling for a higher low all the way down here. And then he flipped bearish and he did catch this down leg, right? But that's a perfect example of what he's not doing here. He was wrong about the bull run continued to be bullish on the way down, but then he flipped bearish and he shorted. And now he's acting like, hey, I called it. I called the move down to the lows. It's like, bro, the screenshots are there. We can all see that you were calling for 300K Bitcoin back in like May of 2021. And you were bullish for a long period of this downtrend before you got bearish. Again, it doesn't you can't look at these types. The problem with that I have is, one, the cockiness, but two, it's like a lot of people follow this guy a ton. And it's just a perfect reason as to why you have to become self-sufficient in this game. Because someone might be right and super accurate for this part of the move, but then they give away all their money on this part of the move. And because you saw them crush it here, you decide to blindly follow them and get wrecked along with them. At the end of the day, we don't even know if this guy's trading real money, what kind of size it is. Nobody knows. So you need to become self-sufficient in this game. You need to make your own decisions because it's your money on the line. So if you saw Capo be bearish for here and nail it, right? And you're like, oh man, this guy knows what's up. I'm putting him on notifications and whatever he says I'm going to do. Well, you've now missed out on a year-long uptrend where there was multiple 100% gainers, multiple 10Xs, some even crazier ones. Pepe, right? What about Pepe that happened in here? Crazy runner. Some altcoins, crazy runners. Solana went from like $15 to damn near 70, right? So he's not a monolith. There's tons of people like this on Twitter, right? Who are hot for a while. They gain clout. People start following them and then they fall off. And that's okay, right? Like, we're traders. You're supposed to get things wrong. You're not supposed to get every trade right. That's fine. That's normal. So you need to realize that no one is online out there just handing you free money and is going to be right every single time. Yes, I'm free money Mayne. We all know this. Okay, but I get shit wrong all the time. You don't know exactly how I'm trading. You don't know what I'm risking on each trade. I don't post every single trade and stop loss and stuff that I take for you guys. So you can't be reliant on me, right? With 100% of what your decision making with your money. You need to learn that for yourself because it's your money on the line. And you're going to be real pissed off if, let's say, we start a fucking crazy bull run from here and we just go to all-time high in the next 6 to 12 months. You know how fucking rattled you'd be if you were listening to some guy who was telling you that 12K is coming? I'm not saying that we can't go down, but be open to the possibility of each. And then, furthermore, make your own decisions and live with them. It's your money on the line, no one else's, okay? So you have to keep that in mind. Do not listen to anything anyone says online without a grain of salt because they're not in charge of your money. You are, right? And I can have 3, 4, 5 trades wrong in a row. And let's say you're copying my trades and you say, oh, this Mayne guy's good. And you start copying me and I go on a big losing streak, right? So all this kind of shit can happen. Are we at a point of indecision? Absolutely. Is the Binance news, I think is a bit of a black cloud over the industry is now gone. I think that's good. It does seem like we now have a new potential black cloud with the DOJ and the SEC and the CFTC basically saying, okay, well, now we're going after fucking Bybit probably. Like Bybit's probably next. It seems to me that America has basically decided we do not want crypto here unless we're the ones behind it. Perhaps that's bullish for Coinbase. Perhaps that's bullish for the ETF. But it sucks if you're someone who lives in North America or Europe because all of these major exchanges that are the best places to trade, I don't care about DEXs. They're not up to snuff yet. They're getting better. There's definitely a lane for some perp dexes to come in and fill 100%. But up until very recently, the best place to trade was Binance, right? And now Bybit, like in terms of what's available to you, security, liquidity, etc. There's obviously advantage with dexes. It's, self-custody, but they're not up to snuff yet, right? They're not up to snuff yet. So it's frustrating, being someone who, lives in North America and being like, okay, like, I just want to trade. I pay taxes. I just want to trade. I don't want to be like, I'm fucking breaking the law just trying to make a living. I don't want to have to move to the fucking desert in the man-made desert in Dubai, the man-made city in the desert, just to fucking participate in crypto. But that seems to be the direction that the United States is heading. So if you're American, and you traded on Coinbase and Bybit and were KYC'd or had your accounts linked, you probably got an email. Maybe you're going to get audited in the future. I don't know. But the time of centralized exchanges is not nearly as comfy as it used to be. Obviously, I got wrecked on FTX, but if this Binance news and potentially new news with Bybit isn't enough reason for you to, be careful, secure your money. Don't leave it all on an exchange, especially if you live in America or Canada or Europe, right? Only keep on there what you need to actually trade. Do not keep all of your portfolio on some sort of exchange. Let's pump the likes up here, guys. We got almost 300 people watching. We only got 55 likes. It's unacceptable. Look at my fucking stash. 100 likes for that alone. You don't think I want to shave this thing? It's itchy as hell. I look like a pervert. I'm going to go to the gym later. People are going to fucking look at me like I'm creeping. I'm going to end up on one of those Joey Swole videos. But anyways, yeah, I should buy an island. And I should make there no laws against crypto. And then we can all just live there and just degen crypto trade freely. Anyways. Let's Cullen says, hi, Mayne. Good thoughts on the U.S. folks for Telegram. Notice you can't make new account for Femex in the U.S., but I can still trade on my current one. Should I be nervous? I mean, I don't know, bro. I definitely think it's I'm risk averse on centralized exchanges right now. Self custody is the way. Get your money and put it on a hardware wallet. That's what I would suggest. Only keep on an exchange what you actually need to trade there, and realize that the options you have for exchanges are getting more and more limited if you live in Canada, if you live in the US. I know, maybe I should move to Mexico. I don't know. So let's look at Bitcoin here. So starting off with the naked chart here, we're still kind of within this weekly fair value gap. We're kind of churning up into it. We've closed through a bit of it here. You've got our monthly order block here as well that we're coming up into. So now this is obviously a huge zone. I would not be surprised, right, if we have another leg up and we come in and we fill, the 50% of this order block and get another leg to 40. I think the tricky part right now on crypto is this. You have this kind of up slanting channel. You have every single low here basically untouched. Now, are we going to get this? Right? Or are we going to get this? Right? And then up. That seems to be the two main arguments. Now, is there an argument to be made that we go back down? I mean, sure, but we're not talking about that one right now. We want to focus on the bullish argument. Guy says Palau ID. If you think a Palau ID is going to save you, I have some information for you, my friend. If your name is on that ID and these companies are basically saying we're handing over all the KYC information to the government, the fact that your ID, which has your name on it, but just says you're from Palau, is going to the government that has your fucking name, that's not going to save you from getting audited. And it's also illegal for you to be trading on those exchanges. And you're using an ID that isn't your actual ID. You're living in America, pretending you're somewhere else, That's illegal, right? So, it works for now, but just keep in mind if shit really hits the fan, that's not fucking a defense. You're still an American trading somewhere you're not, and you're misrepresenting where you live. Anyway, so I think it's a tricky spot because we have a lot of people who think there has to be one more leg, right? My concern with the one more leg argument is we've had a huge leg here, right? We're up $10,000 plus, and people want another, $4,000 or $5,000 leg, and then they'll consider hedging or taking profit, right? So my concern is a lot of these people are people that missed all of this, right? And now they're fucking bullish because they're late to the party, as they always are. Can I see another leg happen from here? Sure. What I would prefer to happen, I think the most healthy situation here for the market as a whole is a washout and then a resumption of the trend that is led by Bitcoin. That would be my preferential outcome because one, this would wash people out, fuck everyone up. They'd call for lower prices. Then Bitcoin resuming the trend means that the trend is going to last longer. Okay, so I see a few different scenarios here. If we get one more leg up from here, I think generally that probably means a very large correction is coming after that. If we get a dump and then a move up, I didn't mean to draw that so low, but if we get a dump and then a move up, I think this is much more sustainable than just a move up from here. Okay, so I think a dump and then a move up is more sustainable for the market as a whole. Now, another potential option is Bitcoin kind of goes sideways. Maybe we form a range here. And in this situation, then I think we would see potentially more of like an alt season. We could finally see Ethereum break out, right? And we could see altcoins continue to rally and some, that are lagging massively. We've seen some go off, but not all of them. It's not been really an alt season yet. Would be another potential scenario. Now, could we just fucking send from here and just continue to send? Of course. Literally anything can happen. I would like to think that if we don't get some form of correction soon, and we just can, I would think that there would be some de-risking going into the new year with the potential ETF announcement. Now, I think with what's going on with them going after Binance, maybe Bybit, and whoever is more bullish for a positive ETF outcome. I almost think that if the ETF were to get rejected at this point, that would actually be a black swan. I think that would be very bad. I think the ETF should pass. So it's a tricky spot for me. So here's where I'm at. I am still 100% basically spot exposed. That doesn't mean I'm all in on spot, but the spot that I have purchased, I have not sold. I'm not selling my spot here. I have cash available if we dip, and I have enough spot exposure where if we don't dip, I'm still very happy with the potential upside. Okay? From a leverage perspective, I am short. I posted this in Discord and Telegram and obviously the Haven, etc. But this was kind of a very typical short for me. You have your H12 sweep, and then you have your H1 trigger right here. And I posted this, and what I wanted to see today was I wanted to see us close below this low on the H12, but we didn't. We swept it. So if we would have closed below this low on the H12, my confidence that this was going to nuke further down into, maybe here and here would be a lot higher. But the fact that we swept, maybe that was it for the dip. I don't really know yet. So with my short, I'm still holding it. But depending on how the next few hours go, how the Asian and London session go tonight, I might close that trade. I don't know yet, but I'm still in it. We also have Monday's range here. So if we get some sort of sweep of Monday's range, I would probably close my short on this sweep and I'd probably look to long. But in terms of spot, I'm still spot long. I made this comment in Telegram. Any sort of leverage trading I'm doing here is just me trying to make more money. I'm not trying to say that this is the Pico top and it's down only from here. I'm still bullish high time frame, and I'm just trying to make money up or down in the time in between because I'm a trader. My low time frame trading and bias that I have on the low time frame is different than my high time frame kind of spot positioning bias. So I would like to see this nuke. Obviously, that would be ideal because I'm short. I saw this happen. I wanted to see this be an SFP here, because if this became this be a candle closed below here, because if this closed below here, right, as a market structure break, now this becomes a 12-hour breaker, and the retest is a very high hit rate signal, and I think we would definitely go for some of these lows here. But the fact that we just swept that level makes me concerned that maybe that was it. And concerned's not the right word, but makes me think maybe that was it. Maybe we get one more dip below and then we play Monday's range and I'm out of my shorts and I'm back to looking for longs. But that's kind of my game plan right now. I'll watch Monday's range here. I'll watch the next few hours, but I wanted to see us close below this low and we didn't for my short. Now, I am a little annoyed. If you're in the Haven, I posted a secondary short. So we had our initial short up here, but then I posted a secondary short based on this H1 sweep with the same entry. That short would have already entry there with your stop there. That short just on this down leg would have been 4 or 5R. But because we had this buyback and I'm just a pussy, I got a little nervous and I decided to only take the H12 short, which was up here. This would have printed already, whereas my H12 short's up a little over 1R at this point. But it is what it is. So that's what I'm going to be watching here going into the next few hours. For my short to work out, I need to see some serious downward pressure and closes below Monday's low. If we get some sort of pullback here and sweep Monday's low, I would cut my short exposure and I'd look to take a long into Monday's high. We might just pump from here. And I might end up closing my position at break even. I might even take a loss on it. I don't really know yet, but I'm still holding it for now. And we're going to have to wait and see. There was no water in there, but I started drinking and I had to commit. It's empty. So we'll see. I'm holding it for now. We'll see. I do think Monday's range here could set up either way, for a fade or for a fade. The running of this low and the not closing below is not what I wanted to see on my short. But again, I don't really know what's going to happen yet. We're going to wait. Zach thinks the stash is disgusting. Thank you, sir. Thank you. This is weeks in the making. All right, so we'll have to see. I'll throw my drawings back on here. And I know this is not, what you guys want to see. You guys want to say, tell us exactly what's going to happen. Sometimes I don't know exactly what's going to happen, right? I took the short. I saw these lows. I'm like, we got to run these things, right? We got to. But maybe we run the highs one more time and then nuke it, right? Maybe we get a spike up to 40 and then get a pullback. I don't know. You're not always going to have a super clear bias and super obvious trade. Just how it is, right? And you have to learn to live with that uncertainty. You got to be okay. You're not always going to fucking know what's going to happen. The people who are online who always seem to be like, this is they're wrong all the time, right? They're wrong all the time. So we're also coming into two of the lowest probability months for trading. Generally, December and January, at least in traditional markets, with all the holidays. The end of December is a monthly close, a quarterly close, and a yearly close candle. So generally low probability conditions. But again, I'm high time frame bullish still. Still holding my spot. I still think the ETF is going to be approved, and we likely see a bullish move because of that. So that's where I'm at. But from a low time frame directional bias, I don't have 100% confidence what's going to happen here. So where it gets a little tricky is I took this short on Bitcoin, but then when I was looking at Ethereum, I'd marked out this, right? So we have our H12 range here. We had an H12 sweep, okay? We had a breaker right here. And we had our OTE from this low to this high right there. And as you can see, let me grab it. Let me grab it, you fucking whore. As you can see, we came right into the OTE, and I posted, I said, hey, I'd like to see Ethereum come back into the OTE. This probably would have been a pretty epic bid here. Now, throw on Monday's range, it's right at that low. So could we get another sweep here and then a move up? Potentially. But I probably should have left some stink bids here. I had it mapped out. I didn't leave the stink bids. Those would have filled and been up already, a few points. Up a couple percent already. But it is what it is. Again, Ethereum didn't run the range high. It has yet to put in a new yearly high since the one way back here. Still hasn't put in a new yearly high. Disgusting. So I'm a little torn, right? I'm still spot long Ethereum from, 1800 and from lower. But I had big spot buys down here. If you guys remember, I posted them for you guys. Looking at the weekly on Ethereum, right? Like this very well could still have a big correction in store, back into here before continued up. Like if Bitcoin goes to 33 and has a significant correction, I could totally see Ethereum revisiting 1800. Will it happen? I don't know. Or we could just go up from here. So I'm not interested in selling my spot, right? I'm not interested in selling my spot here. And on the low time frame, like we're just in a range. We're just in a range here, right? Here's your range low. Here's your range high. We're just going sideways. So I talked about this in the last video. You want to be looking for longs in the lower part 1/3. And you want to be looking for shorts in the upper 1/3. And then eventually it's going to break one of these two ways. So I think Bitcoin is going to probably decide that move for us. If this has another leg up, I think Ethereum's going to, obviously leg up as well. I do think we're approaching, if not already in, the bottom on this. Like, I think there's a lot of people who want to see this wick get taken out. And it would be not that surprising to me if this wick, gets front run and we just have this super deep pullback, but it doesn't quite come to this wick. And that's the bottom there on this thing. Because when this thing finally breaks up, and it fucking will, I think, that's when you're going to see, Ethereum and that potential alt season get going. And so one of those scenarios I talked about here, right, is if we have this sideways action on Bitcoin, right, where it just stalls out and it just goes sideways. I got to look on a higher time frame here. But maybe Bitcoin stalls out here and just ranges. Well, that would be a perfect time for Ethereum BTC to start trending up and altcoins start to go nuts. But yeah, my low time frame view, guys, right now is just not dialed. I'm unsure. I really wanted to see this low get taken out on Bitcoin. It didn't happen. So from a low time frame perspective, I'm probably watching Monday's range on each for a setup. From a high time frame perspective, I'm not bearish here. Even if we came back to like here, I would not be bearish. I would be buying this retest because until proven otherwise, the high time frame chart looks like this. So I'm not going to get bearish at a potential higher low. I would rather bet on the prevailing trend to continue. Right? So, but the problem with that is if you're looking at this on the weekly, well, a move from here to here, if you're trading altcoins or you're holding a leverage long, this is a 15-20% dip. You're getting fucked. Like you're getting railed. So as much as this the problem with these high time frame trends, right, is you might be right. Bitcoin is going to trade to 50K. But you do not want to be holding longs, ideally, right, on leverage or holding altcoins on some of these dips if you've got weak hands, because altcoins will get decimated on that kind of a pullback. Right? So the high time frame can be like, well, this is so obviously going to here. Like you could be like, there's no doubt in my mind this is going here. Okay, but realize because of this same time frame, we could do this before going there. And on the monthly, it doesn't look like much, but go look what happened to altcoins during those 2 months of down. You know what I mean? So you gotta play the game. You know, you gotta play the game. You gotta move with the market, baby. But yeah, you can be right about the high time frame direction and still lose money. All right, let's look at the chat here. What's up, Octo Puspy? Ilbic. I'm going to copy your losers anyways, baby. I can't go wrong copying someone with such a magnificent neck. This is funny, but not necessarily true, my friend. Even I, the man with a mustache, can get things wrong. This guy says, yo, Mayne, why are you bald? The same reason your penis is small. Genetics. What's up, man of the bounce? Is December bullish in general? I would say go look at the charts yourself and make that estimation, bro. Go look at how price has performed in December's in the past, excuse me. Yeah, I hope you guys are liking the indicator. Leaving comments and liking it definitely helps us out. So appreciate that for all of you guys that are doing that. I know the education in my videos are extremely underrated. If I was only better at recording pre-recorded videos, like educational videos, and uploading them, I'd have way more subscribers. I'm just very lazy, and my brain doesn't work that way. I'm much better at just riffing off the fly. Like I don't prepare these streams at all. I literally just turn them on and I just start talking. But if I was better at, planning videos out and doing pre-recorded lessons, I bet you I'd have 100K on here already. All right, what's good, everyone on YouTube? Have you seen Luna Classic lately? I haven't. What's going on over there? Okay, so it's gone to 0, and now it's going up a little bit. I mean, yeah, maybe you could, people are probably making money on this shit, but I would not touch this with, that guy that I just made fun of for having a small penis's dick. Wouldn't touch it. Thanks, Trader Bat. Appreciate that, bro. Marco recently started trading FX, gold, etc. But these overnight fees take a lot of the positions when holding for a couple days. How are you holding is for days, weeks, and not affected by that? Of course you're affected. It's the cost of trading, right? It's the cost of trading. It's no different than trading crypto and having to pay funding. It's the cost of doing business, man. Nothing's free. Being a demo trader is absolutely less stressful. That is true. Can we go get the indicator? I posted the link in my Telegram. The full version is not available yet. Thoughts, cast 65,000% in a bear market. Yeah, thoughts are I wish I fucking bought some. Those are my thoughts on something that went up 65,000%. I wish I put $10,000 in it. Those are my thoughts. What's your longest losing streak this year? That's a good question. I don't know. I had a month. What month is it now? November? I want to say July, either June or July. One of them, maybe it was even earlier. Like maybe it was May, June, July. One of those months, I had like 6 or 7 losers in a row. And I only know this like 100% certain because I just joined the Haven. And I just put up a stinker of a month. But right after that, I went on like a fucking 12 trade. Like I think I went 11-1 in my next handful of trades. So that's how it goes, man. Ebbs and flows. Can you accept alt follow requests? I don't know what you're talking about. I don't have an alt account. Where do you recommend storing your crypto? In a cold wallet, whether that's a Trezor, a Ledger, or some other combination. That's the most secure way. Yeah, temporary residence in Mexico sounds pretty nice right now, but I don't know if I want to live in Mexico. Like, I don't want to have to not live close to my friends and family just to fucking trade crypto. Like, that's so insane. What should we do? I have a Coinbase account and I've on and off ramped, but I have traded heavily on Dex's shitcoining. Get audited as concerned. Well, one, pay your fucking taxes. Do not pay your taxes. And two, if you think you are potentially going to get audited, right? Like, even if you've paid all your taxes, getting audited is just a nightmare. It's a fucking headache, right? So just try and get ahead of it. Yeah, if you pay your taxes, you shouldn't be freaking out. I mean, it doesn't matter if you pay your taxes, getting audited still sucks. Hope they don't start trying to track down funds. The US government, oh, buddy. They have and they will. Just got wind of M2 Exchange. Yeah, I think it goes live tomorrow. But again, US people and Canadians and probably most Europeans will not be able to trade there. Mayne, can you comment on Crypto Fight Night? Yeah, I mean, it would have been better if I was there. Because I wanted to be. It's just kind of short notice. Just kind of short notice. I wasn't able to make it this year, but next year, hopefully, I'll be back. I think Trading Lord would have won that fight if he didn't lay down at the end. I think that scored against him negatively. But yeah, I mean, what the boys are doing, putting on that event, I think it's awesome. It's awesome for the space. You got to realize those guys are paying for that, right? They have sponsors, but they're not making any money. So everyone involved should be congratulated and thanked. I'm still in my Nat Gas long. Yes. What have I said? I'm not closing until $5 fucking dollar. Not closing until $5, brother. 3-day order block. Fucking send it from here. Let me help. Hold on. Where the fuck is my arrow? Let's go. It worked. Everyone making fun of the arrow. Remember when I posted this? Everyone says, oh, I'm fucking bullish coin. I'm bullish coin. Coin's so bullish. Chart looks so good. I posted this shit in August. $75. I told you guys I'm buying coin. It's at 120. Everyone's like, oh, we're bullish coin. Who tolded you? I tolded you. As usual. I'm just kidding. A lot of people were bullish coin. But the power of the arrow is undeniable. You draw it, and it just comes to fruition. What's up, Matt the Vulture? How you doing, man? Bought my first coin, Jansik. Oh my god, Matt just putting his fucking dick on the table, flexing on me like that. Unbelievable. Hi, Mayne. What are we thinking on DXY? Let's take a look. CBS versus Mayne. Absolutely not, bro. CBS is the homie. Haven homies, bro. So listen, again, another chart that I impeccably called. the top here and then the bottom here, right? We nailed the bottom, we nailed the top. I mean, this is a very, very nasty looking pullback here on the monthly. However, this is a monthly area of demand. And I know it's a big box. Oh, it's such a big box. What are you going to do with that big box? They all scream and cry out. But my big boxes turn into big bank. If you guys haven't noticed by now. So this is a monthly breaker, right? This is actually very similar to the setup we have on coin. This is a monthly breaker right here that we retested and we got this reaction. Big box means big fucking boing. So we have a monthly breaker here, right? You have a low that gets swept. You have a market structure break. Okay. And we're retesting it. So we could absolutely bounce from here. So you need to zoom in, right? We've had like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 straight months of green. 11. That's insane. Okay. So you pull your fib from here to here. We're probably near the mid range, I would have to venture to say. Put on the 50 here. Voila, we're right at the mid-range. We're approaching the OTE. So again, there's nothing here yet on the low time frame. However, within this large weekly box, monthly box, you now have this weekly box. This one I really like. So this to me is an area of potential support here on the weekly. We have our weekly breaker. Up candle for the down move. We have the market structure break. You have the fib confluence. We've had, a significant sell-off here. I wouldn't be surprised if we start seeing a bid form on the dollar soon. So keep an eye on that. Now, if this is just going to continue to nuke through here, well, then it's like, look out the fuck below. I don't know where this thing stops, but I would be surprised if this just slices right through here. And it doesn't, I'm not saying that it has to do this at all, but I would be surprised if it maybe doesn't at least do something like this at the very least. Like if it's going to continue to go lower, I'd be surprised if it doesn't get some sort of bounce, because to me this seems like a high confluence zone for support. It is a very powerful stash, my friend. When prop firm, I don't know what you're talking about, but if I did, I would say Wednesday. I followed your coin thoughts and bought vertical call options. 150 to 155 late SEP. So it sounds like you're printing, bro. Greetings from Colombia. Hola, ¿cómo estás? Me llamo Mayne. Yo soy la flama blanca. Soy el hombre gigante y muy hermoso. Muy guapo. Hermoso, is that the right word? Yo soy guapo. Muy guapo. I can't say that. I almost said that, Lou. I almost said that on stream. This is a family show. You don't fucking know that by now. This is a family fucking channel. Okay. Let's look at the S&P. Why not? So, I mean, I fucking fed you guys the low. The low on a platter. A poo-poo platter. So where's it going to go? I would love to see this pull back a little, right? So I'd mark this out. I don't even know when I marked this out, but I would love to see this pull back a little, right? And reload here, perhaps. Something like this, but it doesn't have to. It absolutely just can continue up from here. Zooming in a little bit. We have an order block here, right? Right here. So this absolutely could push up from here. And I'm not really interested in shorting this unless it loses this order block. So assuming we hold over 45.25, this low here, I wouldn't short this. I wouldn't be surprised if this just legs up again from here. Guys, yo soy senior Mayne. Yo hablo mucho español. So I speak French fluently, or I used to at least back in school. And I took a little bit of Spanish, and I've traveled a lot in Central and South America, so I picked up Spanish pretty quickly. I do not speak it fluently, but I can understand it pretty well. Yo entiendo más que yo hablar. Like, I understand it better than I can speak it, and I can say enough to get my way around. I know how to order a fucking cerveza, if you know what I mean. Can you look at Bitcoin? I already looked at Bitcoin. I appreciate you, Super David. Bro, can you verbally tell us what charts you look at? Not everyone can see the video, only audio here. I don't know how you would get value out of this video without the video part. But this is the S&P 500, and I'm looking at the chart now. Where I've been to Colombia. I'm a married man now. I can't go back. Too dangerous. Too dangerous. Yeah, I looked at Nat Cash, bro. I drew a big arrow on it, so it has to go up now. All right, so we did ETH and Bitcoin. Again, low time frame, I'm just looking at Monday's range for now. High time frame, I'm still bullish. I am still in my Bitcoin short, though. I'm not going to close it yet. I just want to see a little bit more price action. I think the dollar, we're coming into a key area here, so I'd definitely be looking for potential signs of bullishness. So I'd want to see a low get run and then a high get broken, like a bullish breaker to form in here, some sort of bullish SFP, something along those lines. Potentially, not yet, right? So I wanted to see gold go up. If you guys remember, I posted this. We never got the sweep. It just pumped. So gold is still very bullish. And like EU is still very bullish, right? So these charts are still in an uptrend, right? EU is still in an uptrend. GU's in an uptrend. UJ's in a downtrend. Dollar CAD's in a downtrend. So these pairs here, gold, silver, euro, pound, yen, dollar CAD, you're going to want to watch these. And so if the dollar's been going down. So these charts have all been going up, and these two have been going down. So if the dollar starts to bounce, I would look for this to inverse. I'd be looking for these charts to then pull back and these charts to then go up. All right. So that's what I'm watching for here. So if I'm looking at gold, right? Gold is still in an uptrend. Yeah, we got a little itty bitty sweep here, I think. Did it or did it not? No sweep. So gold is still in an uptrend. Now, if the dollar were to put in a low and gold do something like this, right? If the dollar starts to go up and gold does something like this is going to be a really good looking short back into the range lows here. So those are the kind of things I'm going to be watching for over the coming days and weeks based on how the dollar looks. So if you look at the euro, for example, right, we're still going up. We're definitely in an uptrend here. The weekly, right, very clearly in an uptrend here. However, if the dollar puts in a low, perhaps we see the euro come back to here. And then maybe it continues to go up. I don't know. But those are going to be the kind of things I'm looking for, right? And then for things like this, for UJ, that's been going down here for a little bit. right? We have a clear low here and a clear high here, right? So this has been going down. So if the dollar puts in a low, I would be looking for this thing. Maybe it's from here. Maybe it's going to run this, but I'd be looking for this to bounce if the dollar puts in a low. It hasn't yet. It's still going down. Same with this. The exact same as UJ. And this is, same as gold. Right? So we're into resistance now. Maybe the dollar puts in a low and this pulls back. Do you consider Contemplations? I don't know what the fuck that means. God, it's Cyber Monday and I haven't bought a single thing. What is wrong with me? Oh, it's 7 o'clock already. I still have to go to the gym. I still got to go to the gym, boys. Can I pronounce ETH as ETH one time? There you go. Thoughts on silver? Well, there you go, right? We're into potential resistance here, right? Look at how beautiful this fucking played out. Came all the way down into where? There's your low. There's your high. Where did this fucking low form? Right in the order block. Right in the sweet spot. Right? Right in there. Pierced right into the 7-9. Up. Now it's into resistance. So again, I'm watching the dollar. The dollar's going to dictate what happens next on all those charts. If this thing starts to catch a bid, that's when you start to look at what I just explained on all of these charts here. When Shitcoin Summer Stream, you guys got to find me a new sponsor. Those fuckers over at SmartX dumped me. How could they? They kept some other sponsors on, but they dumped the boy. They dumped the kid. And there was no way anyone was putting out nearly as much value as me. There's no way. No way. 0% chance. Does the video come in Braille? It can, man. You can just feel my face, feel the stash, and it will spell out order block in Braille. All right. What else can we look at here? I mean, again, like NQ, similar to SPX. Like, I would love to see this pull back a little, right? We have a weekly SFP here, right? Weekly SFP there. So I'd love to see this pull back a little, but this looks prime for all-time high. I'd be very surprised if this doesn't go to all-time high soon. This guy says you see oil going to 65. Yeah, I mean, listen, doing 0.1 second of analysis on this chart, here's what I see. I see this level here. I see this break in structure here. And I see these lows, here. So if I had to guess, right, I think something like this could probably happen. Bonk. Bonk, 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 bonk. Yeah, I mean, again, another coin. Like, this is what I mean. You're bearish, and we've had coins do this. So I don't care if we go to 12K from here. If you've been bearish this entire year, you've missed multiple runs like this. I'm not saying you're going to fucking catch all 2,000%, but we absolutely have had a ton of killer fucking runs in crypto this year. So looking at Bonk, I mean, you kind of have like SR here, right? So that would be your support. So maybe you bought that dip. Low time frame, I think, reclaim of this low. There's probably a long. But otherwise, if we get above here, right, because this is going to be resistance. If we're able to get above here, then I think we probably make another significant leg up above this level here. I don't want to go to the gym. It's already so late. Where the fuck did the day go? I'm so fucking over living in the cold, man. I just don't know where to go. Arizona, Florida, fucking Europe. I don't know. I don't really see myself moving away from my family and friends. Too old for that shit. I'm not interested in being like some sort of digital nomad who lives in butt fuck nowhere. Um, and I got a dog and stuff. I want to have a kid soon. So I'm not going to be living in Bali for 3 months and then some other Thailand for 3 months and then somewhere else for 3 months. Like I want to set up my roots. I'm old, but I'm just kind of sick of the fucking cold, man. Buy Pakatoa Island. How much is it? If you motherfuckers each giving me, $100, 300,000 followers, like let's go buy an island. Everyone send me everyone send me $500 and then we'll go see what kind of island we can get with that cash. And I promise there will be no taxes on crypto and unlimited access to drugs and stimulants and whatever the fuck else you want. We'll just be like fucking. We'll have it all. Be a big party. 40 million NZD. Well, what is USD NZD? Okay. So in reality, it's like 25 million US. So we need to crowdsource 25 million. Like Ben.eth just posted a wallet address and he got 20 million. Bitlord posted a wallet address and got millions and then took a mental health break and is partying on a yacht in Dubai right now. People give these guys money. All they do is they just post an address. People just give them money. And they deliver nothing. Where is Ben.eth now? Where'd he go? Where'd he go? Fucking Franklin D. Gods made a stupid NFT. You guys gave him tens of millions of dollars. What's your NFT do? You give your boy Mayne the money. He's going to buy you an island. I should just post an I already have an address up there. I already have a tip jar. How come no one's sending me $20 million? I feel like I provide more value than Ben.eth and fucking Bitlord, for fuck's sakes. That being said, Bitlord is a funny motherfucker. He is hilarious. I will give him that. But he is short. Do you think trading memes with no data is a gamble? Absolutely, but there's nothing wrong with that. Mayne, is it true you are from E-Girl Capital? No, I am not involved with E-Girl Capital. I must have missed the invite on that one. Not part of it. Just like I missed the invite on fucking the new Blur thing. Like, some of the investors in Blast, like, why the fuck are they the key investors? They're fucking bums. Aren't I short? Bro, I'm 6'2", 215. What are you talking about, bro? I'm a unit. Look, 5'7" on cam. Yeah, I'm sitting down. Like, I probably am 5'7", sitting down. I'm a fucking gorilla, my friend. I'm 215 pounds, 6'2". I can dunk a tennis ball. What are you talking about? What are you talking about, man? How have you recovered post FTX? Slow and steady, my friend. I've made back all the money I lost, but I will never get back all the time I spent making that money. And so for that, I hope Sam spends the rest of his natural life rotting in prison. Do you think you could beat Bitlord in a fight? I have no idea, to be honest with you. I'm pretty sure he's on steroids, but I don't know. I'm definitely a lot bigger than him. I've met him in person. We met at a crypto conference in 2006. 17, maybe 16. The reason I remember it so specifically is because at the time Bitcoin was like at like 6K, and they had a Bitcoin ATM there, and I withdrew an entire Bitcoin to trade to play blackjack with Luke Martin, and I fucking lost it all. But at the time, it's like $6,000, so I was like, whatever. Me and Ansem need to have a dunk contest. Okay, well, he's black and like 6'6", so I don't think my chances are very good. All right, what else can we look at here? Let's take a look at some fucking shit coins, I guess. Look at Solana. 6.2 is average. Where? In Sweden? Yo, Euro USD short Monday's range. I don't know about that, Chief. I don't know about that, Chief. Yeah, I mean, because it's still so early, I would wait for it to break here. If it broke below here, then I'd be interested in shorting it down here. Risk there. That's your trigger. BTC now looks quite bearish on the H1. You guys are so funny, man. I drew this fucking hours ago. If this played out, that would be goated with the sauce. I would like to see it run this low again, but then depending on how it reacts at this low will determine what I do. Come to India? Why would I go to India? Too many people, bro. It's too many people. I'm like, I've lived in a city for the last decade. Like, I'm ready for, I want some fucking, I'm on my Yellowstone arc. I need a ranch. I need some land. I need just a ranch. I want to be able to let my dog just fucking run wild, you know? Speaking of my dog, I haven't seen him in hours. He's probably hungry. It's his dinner time. Fuck, I'm terrible. 1 sec. I gotta feed my dog. Sorry about that, guys. Okay. Solana here. I mean, listen, this move's been insane. Like my fucking dream scenario on like this is that we retest like this, you know? Will we? I don't know, right? Like that's like a huge pullback. But I would love to buy even fucking back here, you know, in the 40s is where I'd be interested. I have a very hard time, you know, just buying up here based on the high time frame chart. You know, I'd like some sort of retest, but we might not get that. Zooming into the H12, you know, I think you have a very clear high here that got run, and then you have a very clear low here that hasn't been run, right? So we still haven't really shifted market structure yet. You have an internal shift here, right? And it looks like maybe we're losing a bit of gas here. I don't know. But I wouldn't really buy this here. I think there's better plays that haven't run as hard. I'd be much more interested in Solana on something like this. A run of those lows like into demand here. That would be a much more interesting play for me as opposed to, you know, longing this where it is right now. Doesn't mean it can't go up from here. It absolutely can. It can just put in a big fuck you candle. But to me, that's a pretty clear range. Sweep the range lows. I'm interested in longing that for sure. Dude, my girlfriend wants horses and cows and fucking goats and a ranch like you wouldn't believe. She'd move in a second. In a second. Okay. Mayne, I can't seem to break a 43% win rate on any asset backtest H1M1. Well, 43% if your risk reward is 2 to 1 or 3 to 1 is making money. That's a profitable strategy. Right? Like 3 to 1 with a 43% win rate, you're printing. On even 2 to 1, right? 2 to 1 risk reward or reward to risk, 33%, you're breaking even. So at 43%, you're profitable. So 43% is not a bad win rate by any means. The next question would be, what's your RR? If it's 43% and you're risking 1 to 1, that's not so good, right? You're not making money there. But if you're getting 2 to 1 or 3 to 1, that's good. If you want to improve it, you need to add more high time frames to better filter out symbols or triggers, right? So maybe add the H4 or the H12 and only look for longs when those are also lining up with your H1 bias. Shit like that. That will help you. All right. Okay, I'll check this pith coin and then I gotta end it here because I feel bad. I gotta take the dog out. He's staring at me and I forgot to feed him dinner on time, so he's fucking pissed. So is this not? If I remember correctly from fucking what I've read online, is this is like the chain link of Solana? Is that correct? What am I missing here? What's the best chart to look at this on? Is this the best one? I don't know. What is the best chart that's got the most history? Binance? Okay. So you're long and you're scared. I mean, I guess you have a sweep here. And you have a bullish level there. So I'd say as long as we're holding above, 40 cents, like any sort of long exposure. I don't know what this coin is. I don't know what it is. But as long as it's above this low, I see no issue with having a bullish bias. That would be what I would say. But yeah, I don't know what this does. No fucking clue. But if this is the bottom, right, this should be the low. If this is going to go up, this should be the low. All right. So yeah, guys, I gotta rip. It's fucking 7:30. I still haven't been to the gym. But anyways, this guy says TAing a 5-day old chart. What a mook. Imagine thinking the age of the fucking asset or any of that fucking matters for TA. Do you understand what TA is, bro? If enough people are looking at a trend line, it's a fucking trend line. That's how it works. I don't even know what a mook is, but I assume it's some kind of fucking name call for me. Cypher. Mook. Let's see. What's a mook, guys? Let's look this up. What is a mook? Says the guy watching my video. A mook. Stupid or incompetent person. Wow. That's a good one, bro. I'm the mook. Yet you're the one watching me stream. How about this, you fucking mook? Suck my mook dick. Lick my mook nuts. How's that sound? How's that sound, pussy? Dog and gym. Like, you're complimenting, bro. It's like, yeah, I have a dog. I go to the gym. I work out. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know what this coin is. Don't know what it does. I don't know. This guy didn't even spell cipher correctly, so I'm not really worried what he has to say. It's okay, though. He's been banned. He's gone forever. Now he lives in obscurity. Now he's listening to us talk, but he can't respond. He's just getting so mad. He's so mad. He's like, I called this random stranger on the internet a mook. It's like, cool, bro. Enjoy being poor. Enjoy being poor and broke. I mean, listen, if it was up to my girlfriends, I'd have kids already. But I think soon, maybe next year. Maybe next year, maybe the year after. I don't know. Got a couple things I need to finalize. And then we'll figure it out. All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate y'all. If you got any questions, anything like that, of course, hit me up. You know how to find me. Join the Telegram. Join the Discord. Follow me on Instagram, TikTok, all that places. Check out my website. And of course, shout out to the sponsors, PrimeXBT. The best way to support me is to use the links in the description of this video. Sign up to PrimeXBT. Use code Mayne50. Throw some money on there. Take some trades with me. That's the best way to support your boy. If you got any questions, sorry guys, the Discord thing is not linked in Twitch. I'm sorry. You got to go on my website to join. I've also made it, guys, so you can join or you can DM me even if you're not verified. I had a ton of people being like, I want to DM you for the Discord, but I'm not verified. I've changed it so anyone can DM me. So if you've been trying to DM me and it hasn't worked, try again. It should work now. All right, guys. Love you all. Talk to y'all soon.